How to overcome worry and anxiety with the wisdom of a sage. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among the rolling hills, lived a young person named Maya. Maya was a bright and talented individual, but there was something that troubled her deeply. They were constantly plagued by worries and anxieties about the future. Their minds would whirl with thoughts of what might go wrong, and they found it hard to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. One day, Maya decided to seek the wisdom of an old sage who was known for his profound insights. They embarked on a journey to the top of a tall mountain where the sage resided. When they finally reached the sage's humble abode, Maya poured out her worries, explaining how these fears held them back from experiencing true joy and serenity. The old sage listened intently, nodding his head gently. He understood Maya's struggles all too well, for he had seen many young souls burdened by worries throughout his life. With a warm smile, the sage began to share his wisdom. "My dear Maya," he said, "worry is like a weight that drags us away from the beauty of the present moment. We become too attached to the outcomes of our actions, constantly fearing what might happen next. But if we are always focused on what could be, we lose sight of what is." Perplexed, Maya asked the sage how they could escape the grip of worry and find peace within themselves. The sage replied, "Let me tell you a story. Once, there was a skilled juggler who amazed everyone with his incredible talent. People marveled at how effortlessly the juggler could keep multiple objects in the air. But what they didn't realize was that the juggler's secret lay in focusing on the empty space between the objects, rather than fixating on each individual one." Maya's eyes widened with curiosity as they listened attentively. "In life," the sage continued, "our worries are like the objects the juggler juggles. If we become too fixated on each worry, our minds become cluttered, and we lose sight of the space in which they exist. But if we shift our focus to the present moment, to the space between the worries, we can find clarity and peace." Maya pondered the sage's words deeply. It made sense to them. They realized that by observing their worries without judgment, they could detach themselves from their power. They understood that worry arises from an attachment to specific outcomes, and by embracing the present moment, they could break free from this cycle. With newfound hope, Maya embarked on a journey of self-discovery. They practiced mindfulness, learning to bring their attention to the present moment. Gradually, they began to observe their worries without becoming entangled in them. The more they practiced, the lighter their hearts felt, and the more joy and serenity flowed into their lives. Maya carried the wisdom of the sage within her and became a source of inspiration for others who were burdened by worries. They shared the sage's teachings, reminding people to focus on the present and embrace the space between their worries. And just as the sage had guided them, Maya helped others find solace and rediscover the beauty of the present moment. From that day forward, Maya lived a life filled with joy, gratitude, and deep serenity. They had learned that worry could never steal their happiness unless they allowed it to. And so they walked through life, juggling their worries with ease, always mindful of the space between them. The moral of the story is that worry and anxiety can consume us if we let them. By learning to focus on the present moment and embracing the space between our worries, we can find clarity, peace, and true happiness. Just like the skilled juggler, we can learn to juggle lives.